You're too busy trying to be someone you're not that you're forgetting to be the person that God made you to be. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the
in the big chilling. Hey, I'm in the fire, better fire, I ain't a liar, better speak some truth, like in the booth of the podcast, yeah, spit fire, in the fire, podcast, let's go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yo, what's up, guys? Regretity.
What did you say? Regretity?
What?
Oh, man.
What's up, guys? Welcome back for tuning in. Whether you're listening on Spotify, iTunes, or watching us on YouTube, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. We love you. We care about you. We think about you. Whoa, that's a little weird.
What?
Is it weird?
No, it's not.
We think about you guys. We do think about you guys.
Come on now.
But yeah, make sure you guys share, comment, like, check out our Instagram, check out our TikTok, check out our YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, all of it. Yo, welcome back, guys.
Welcome back.
We appreciate you.
Welcome back. I was going to say at the end of the episode, but one of my eyes are red. I feel insecure about it.
Dude.
Just kidding. I don't care about my visibility.
Dude, nobody will probably even see it, bro.
Yeah, I know, but now it's going to be a thing. They're going to look at every single time that they see my face. When you switch to it, they're going to see my eye and they're going to be like, bruh. So, look, I was going to point it out now because they're going to think about it now.
Okay, dude.
It's because of allergies. Oh, yeah, I thought I was a superhuman, but I'm not actually.
Obviously not.
You said a little too fast. Chill out.
No.
Chill out. I didn't know I didn't have allergies. I wasn't allergic to anything. So when I was like 12, I was like, I'm a superhuman.
No, definitely not.
It's a little fast. Calm down, okay?
You're just not.
Chill out. I don't know why. No, but why are you like hopping on this train so fast about saying I'm not superhuman? Like, chill out.
You're not, though.
No, chill.
It's pretty clear.
What are you talking?
Like,
chill.
You're the complete opposite of a superhuman.
Whoa, you gotta calm down right now. Why are you suspecting me right now?
My bad.
It's live television right now,
My bad. I'm not trying to be fake. I'm not trying to be fake.
Yeah, you should learn to be authentic.
No, that has nothing to do with this.
What? Okay. Yo, Danny, what are we talking about? Because you're kind of annoying me right now.
Yeah. Yo, today we're talking about integrity.
Ooh, my gosh. Integrity? What? What?
Integrity, yo.
What?
Integrity, yo.
Yo, Danny, can anybody believe what you say? Can you believe what you say?
Nope.
That you don't have integrity?
No, actually, I think I could. I think I could believe what I say.
I'm asking that right now to everybody listening. Ask yourself right now, can people believe your words?
What you mean by that?
What I mean by that, Danny, is...
Take it seriously, bro. This is integrity, yo.
Can people believe your words? That's it. Can you believe your words? That's it.
But, like, are we talking about lying? Are we talking about, like, what do you mean by that?
We're talking about integrity. We're talking about the inside.
But what's integrity, bro? What's integrity?
Danny,
I don't know what that means.
I'll ask you.
I don't know what that means.
Danny, what does integrity mean?
No, I was going to ask you. I asked you, though. I asked you first.
No, I want to ask you.
I asked you first.
All right. So, let's get started then. What's integrity?
What's integrity?
All right, look. The definition of integrity is the quality of being honest. Boom. Honesty. Okay. All right? Honesty. The quality of being honest and having strong moral principles or being morally upright. Okay, so we got honesty, strong moral principles, and being morally upright. Okay?
So I have to be perfect to have integrity?
No, you don't have to be perfect to have integrity, big boy.
Big boy?
Let's start with this, right? What does it look like for a person to not have good integrity, to not have integrity at all, right? Let's say this. Let's say me and you, Danny, went to go eat somewhere, right? And I'm just telling you how amazing of a person I am, right? We talked about it before. 1 Corinthians 13:48, I think. Right? Love is patient, love is kind, doesn't have boast, doesn't envy. Let's just say in that time we're hanging out, I'm like, Danny, I'm so patient, I'm so loving, I'm so kind.
I wouldn't believe you.
Okay. Let's just say I'm like, I don't hold any record of wrongs. All that love, I'm the love incarnate, Danny.
That's
I'm
crazy.
so loving, right? Let's just say we do that, we head home, the week passes by, I'm at Starbucks. You see me at Starbucks, right?
Okay.
And I don't know you're looking at me, right? But I'm buying something and like you see me like yelling at the cashier, "Give me my Frappuccino! Give it right now!" And I'm like, yo, and I'm like cursing everybody out. I'm bumping into each other. Get out of my face, yo. I'm out of here. I'm like yelling and being rude and being nasty. I slam the door. I'm walking out like cursing under my breath.
I thought you were loving, bro. What's going on
like,
with that?
You would see that and would you be like, that's weird.
That is weird.
That is weird, right? Why? Because my words aren't matching up with my actions. So like that's one part of integrity. Do your words match up with your actions? You'd be weird because you start questioning my integrity. You'd be like, this guy is saying one thing and he's doing something else.
I wouldn't trust you after that. I wouldn't trust anything you say.
Why is that?
What do you mean, why is that? I felt like I met a totally different person. Which one's the real you? Is it the one that said you're loving and all that? Or is it the one that's screaming for his Frappuccino at Starbucks?
So you're saying that I can be more than one person?
Yeah, that's what integrity is.
How?
I heard that integrity comes from the word integer. If you guys know your math, it's like a single unit.
Oh, yeah.
So you can unintentionally live different lives. And that's the problem. That's where integrity comes in, right?
Wow.
Is your life... Do you have a work life, a family life, a friend's life, a girlfriend, boyfriend life?
Yeah.
A sex life? Like, what's going on? You got all these different lives.
We have those lives, yeah, but what about it makes about integrity that makes it bad?
Are you different in all of them?
Whoa.
Are you... You know, when I was younger, it was funny because I got called out for my integrity.
Really?
Yeah, I got called out saying, like... that I acted differently at home than I do with my friends. My argument was like, obviously, like, I'm going to treat you guys differently than I treat my friends because they're my friends and you guys are my parents. But it was an interesting question. And yeah, it's valid, right? Like, you might, like, make some inappropriate jokes to your friends, do all that stuff with your friends. That's and with your parents, you're not going to do that. But I'm talking about, like, when you're out with your friends, are you going crazy, going to parties, cursing, doing the inappropriate jokes and doing all this stuff and, just being really outgoing, doing pranks, all that good stuff? Whatever. But then when you go home, are you, good morning, madam, what's for breakfast? well, hold on. What? Where did that person go?
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
There's a difference between being respectful to your parents and totally acting differently when you're not with them. Right?
Whoa.
You just said, like, oh, with your parents, you might say, I'm loving, I'm kind, I'm this, I have good grades. Then you go out and you're a totally different person. Where's your integrity?
It's like, where did your moral principles go? Yeah. Right? Because that one example is like, you saw me at Starbucks and you're like, first off, that guy's not being honest.
Yeah.
Because that's like the main problem about integrity is the lack of honesty. Yeah. Right? Because integrity is like, you can't have, if you don't have integrity, that means you don't have honesty. Yeah. Right? Because if you're talking about like, a bunch of different like aspects of life, sections of life where I'm acting differently, honesty cannot be there. Because if I'm not being if I'm not having integrity, that means I'm not being honest in those things, right? So in that first example, I'm not being honest. I'm not having strong moral principles because I'm acting differently. Yeah. So, but something I wanted to say was, it's kind of hard to have strong moral principles if you don't have any strong moral principles to follow. Okay. If you get what I mean. Yeah. Like who taught us things? Like, of course, our parents taught us like what's right and what's wrong. Okay. But what? It's kind of hard to be like, this is the principle I have to follow if there's no principle to follow. Yeah. If you get what I mean. Okay. Like how? Because I think we spoke about it before. Like we've grown up where we've grown our own like our own aspects of like what's acceptable and what isn't. Right, we all have different morals. Like we all have, like I said before, we've grown our own. Like, okay, this is right and this is wrong, but we have that. But at the same time, is that actually right? Like, is it okay for me to do this? Like, somebody might think that. Okay, somebody might say, okay, it's not right for me to talk to many people romantically at the same time. Okay, that's not right. But I still do it. Or maybe like somebody's in their heart, they might think morally it's not right. It's not right to lie. But I still lie. So it's like, I said it before, wisdom is knowing the right thing to do and doing it, right?
It's funny because I wrote down integrity is knowing the truth and actually doing the truth.
That's the thing. Integrity, wisdom is knowing the right thing to do and doing it. We got that already.
Okay.
But integrity is actually doing the right thing, no matter where you're at, no matter who you're with, or no matter how you feel. That's what integrity is. It goes like on a play-by-play with wisdom, right? Because wisdom is, okay, I know, I get it. Yeah, I know it. But then like, it's like your wisdom flies out the window when you hang out with different people, when you go to different places. Like integrity goes with wisdom hand by hand. So it's like, if you know it's right, that's cool. Okay, you do that, that's even cooler. But are you stopping to do those good things because you're hanging out with different people? Like, what's up with that? You might be, I guess, wise, but you don't got integrity. And if you don't have integrity, you don't have honesty. So where's the problem in that?
And you know what's very interesting? Like, my question would be, what causes somebody to act differently around different people? And I'm going to answer it myself because I know the answer to it.
Uh-oh. Can you have the answer, Danny?
Yeah, I got you. It's fear, bro. Why does your integrity go out the door? Is it just because you just want to be a different person because it's fun? No. You do it because you're scared of the reaction of other people. You're scared of the expectations of the world. You're scared of like how they're gonna react. You're scared of sitting at the lunch table by yourself. You're scared of getting fired just because of the way you think or the way you might speak up. You know, you're scared that you're not gonna be able to fit into that friend group, so you put on this mask so that you can be a part of this friend group.
Wow.
That like I know for me it was being labeled as a Jesus boy. In high school, especially, it was
I remember calling him that, guys. I called him that. I called him that.
I had a lot of fear that I couldn't be possibly even close to cool if I was known as the Jesus boy, or my friends wouldn't like want to hang out with me if I was known as the Jesus boy. Like anytime I would minorly mess up, they'd be like, "Oh, look what the Jesus boy did," or whatever. Or even if I try to do something good, they'd be like, "Oh, the Jesus boy trying to be a Jesus boy."
Oh my gosh.
And for a while, I put on this mask that, yeah, I go to church, I believe in God, but like, you know, I do my own thing, whatever. Like,
out of fear.
Out of fear that like I would be called that and excluded and all this stuff. And it's like that for a lot of people.
It's like that, and not only fear for people, but you're also fearing letting go of things you used to do. Yeah. Right? Because it also goes with like the whole, I want to be a Christian, I love Jesus, I know that Jesus is for me. Yeah. Like you go into that, and like now, not only are you fearing like sharing your faith, sharing how you feel, you're also fearing losing the things that used to make you feel comfortable. Yeah. Like the sin that used to have a grip on your soul. Like that sin, you used to love doing sin. Like whoever sins is a slave to sin. Used to be a slave to sin. Yeah. You used to love your sin. Right now you've come out of that darkness. Now you see that sin is darkness, and now you're like, oh man, like I don't want to leave it. Yeah. Because I like it. Yeah. Like I like letting my flesh control me. I like doing that stuff. But it's like just I forgot what I was gonna say exactly, but just knowing that those brain fart moment. But like just having that moment, like okay, I got it. Fearing losing the things that used to make you feel comfortable, right? And also not wanting to feel uncomfortable with your friends because you're sharing things that you might fear that you might get rejected or something. Right?
That's interesting that you bring that up because integrity a lot of times brings discomfort, right? Because not everybody's going to agree with the way you think and the way that you speak, the way you act, your morals, all that stuff. Because people have different of everything.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So the reason that we also, not just fear, but it's because of comfort. We talked about it in the first episode. We just try to like blend in with society and ride the wave because we're not going to get called out for it if we're blending in.
Yeah, it's true.
You're sitting comfortably with society. Mm-hmm. Do you know how many times people... like nowadays just agree with whatever society says, right? There's the thing called cancel culture.
Oh my gosh, I hate that so much.
If you speak up about whatever you think, you can get canceled.
And it doesn't go with like the majority of the population, they think, then it's like game over for you.
If you go against society, now you're getting canceled and it's over for you.
And like
so now there's influencers, all these people that won't speak up. Authenticity is out the door. Integrity is out the door because they can destroy their whole career.
Oh my gosh!
So now the society is just filled with
they're forcing
fake
us.
People.
They're forcing us to be fake.
Yeah, because
we can't speak about what we really think. That's insane. That's insane. I wanted to go back to the principles, right? Because I feel like it's so. I really want people to understand like where their principles are at. Yeah. Right. And I want to like ask everyone like, what are your moral principles? Like, I really want people to understand that like. think about it. Like, think about what you really think is right, because you might, like, some people might say, I just do whatever I want, right? Like, you could be that person that's like, I do whatever I want when I want. I'm fine. I'm good. I know what's best for me. But like, the question is, are you fine?
Yeah.
You know, do you know what's best for you really? Like, and good. Like, do you know what's good for you? I mean, it says like like Jesus said, like, because this guy went to Jesus one time, right? And he was like, Jesus, good teacher. And he was like, why do you call me good? Jesus, like big brother in the faith, who's like our role model. He said, why do you call me good? There is no one good not except God, or God alone. And he said that, and that brings the question up of like, can any like morals be good if it's not Bible based? Like, can any of the morals that you have, that you think that you've grown out like through these years, are they even good morals? Because if they're not God morals, they're not good morals.
Yeah.
So you have to like go into the Word and see what God says about, different things. Like,
I was gonna say that, like, with society now, you said it yourself. It's kind of like, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Or if you think it's right, do it. If that's what you want to do it. But if I wanted to, I don't know, in an extreme case, if I wanted to kill somebody, can I? No. You can't do whatever you want. There's society morals and there's God morals.
Yeah.
we need to be careful that we're not trying to mix the both, or we're not picking the wrong one.
Yeah. Because it's like,
yeah, God's morals and these biblical morals, although the Bible was written thousands of years ago, these biblical morals are created for all these generations. Like, God doesn't change throughout this. Oh, it's 2022, bro. It's different now. No, God's been the same since day one to day now to the day forever.
Crazy.
He's going to be the same throughout all these years. And so these morals will stay.
Yeah.
So do your morals change depending on what year it is? No.
Or what situation you're in, who you're around.
That's
Does
just
that
integrity.
change?
God has integrity right there.
Integrity.
You know?
It says that, like, I've said it so many times. There's a verse, I forgot, I think it's in Isaiah or Jeremiah maybe, when like the verse that says, is God like a man that he should change his mind? Well, God's like, yeah, you guys don't have no integrity. Get out of here. Like, he's comparing us to man because man changes. We change. We don't have integrity. We don't act the same wherever we go. So he's saying, like, is God like a man that he should change his mind? Like, that he should lie.
Yeah.
We lie. We change our minds. So it's like, what are your principles? What are your moral principles? Well, like, are you honest? Like, what are you morally upright? And if you don't really know what your moral principles should be, then the word is right there, right? It says in Psalms 119, 105, your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path, right? What does that mean exactly? A lamp to my feet and a light to my path. If you're walking in darkness, you don't know where to go. You don't know the right way to go, right? So it's comparing the Bible to a lamp. You've seen those movies, right? Where like they're in those catacombs, those caves.
Yeah.
And they have that torch, that lamp to like showing where they're going.
Yeah.
Like he's saying, use that as the Bible. If like your moral principles, where you want to go, like what's the right path for you to take? What path should I take in that darkness? Go to the word. Your word is the lamp. The word is the lamp. It is the light. So when you have that word, you're able to like hold up that word and say, what path should I take? What should I do? What's right and what's wrong? What's the right path? What's the wrong path? What's the right path? You see the word and you're like, okay, this is it. So now you can use it as a lamp. It's the light. It can reveal where you're going to place your feet. I'm going to go this way now because I know the word says I can go this way. Yeah. Right? That's how they want you to use it. And I love that analogy because it's like basically saying you don't know the right path until you know the word. Wow. It's like you can't, it's hard. No, it's like impossible to know the right path unless you have the word as your lamp, right? Because if you don't have a lamp to your feet, you're going to run into walls. You're going to go the wrong way, the wrong path. Like you don't know the right path until that Bible is a lamp. Yeah. So, and also another verse I want to share where Proverbs 11:13, the integrity of the upright guides them, but the crookedness of the treacherous destroys them. So a cool saying that I kind of made was like, God's word guides my integrity, and then my integrity guides me.
Look, cute smile. At
so it's God's word guides my integrity, and then my integrity guides me, right? Because the moral principles are guiding my integrity. So now I know like what I should be doing, what I shouldn't be doing. And then that integrity that I have is now guiding my steps. Wow. And it says like the integrity of the upright guides them. Like my integrity is going to guide me. Yeah. But if I don't have anything to guide me, I'm going to run into walls. Wow. So it's about understanding the moral principles, taking the moral principles from the Bible, then having that as your integrity so you can walk upright. Right? You're called upright when you have integrity. If you don't have integrity, you're called treacherous and you're wicked. Right? So it's not good to do that. It's important that you're.
Well, why is it not good? Because I know maybe there's people thinking like, look, like I have the friends that I have, and you know I don't need to tell them my beliefs or what I think, because like there's no point in starting all this ruffle in the friend group. I have good friends. I'm enjoying my life. Like it's fine. Like what do you say to that?
Say it again.
Like somebody that like says, you know, it's fine for me to just not tell them about my morals and just live comfortably and have these good friends, because like there's no point in causing this war between our friend groups and stuff.
I think it's like if you come into a situation where they ask you, what do you think? And then you lie about it. You lie about what you really think. That's a problem, right? It's like you have to be like open to, if you're ever like have the opportunity to share what you think, you should share it with honesty.
Yeah.
You shouldn't like, again, you don't have to say, hey, I believe this, so yeah. Like,
yeah.
You don't have to do that. But if they ask you something, I would expect you to speak with integrity. Say, hey, I'm like this. I believe this.
I think, and we'll talk about it in a little bit about like why, like what are the benefits of living with integrity. But dude, if you live your life without integrity, like you say, you're gonna run into a wall. You're too busy trying to be someone you're not, that you're forgetting to be the person that God made you to be.
Wow.
Right? So you're living this false life, and sure, you have these friends, but what if they're not supposed to be your friends? Like, the reason you fear of telling them what you think is because obviously they probably don't agree with what you think. So if they don't agree with your morals, what are you doing with them?
More importantly, why are you fearing them leaving? That shouldn't even be a fear that your friend that you have for your friend.
Yeah, that's not a healthy. That it's like the same thing with a relationship. If you're afraid of them finding out that you don't really like the same thing they do, and that they'll leave because of that, then like,
what the heck is that? What kind of relationship is that?
Yo, for real.
Like, no.
You know, like you try to impress your crush so that you find out that they like this certain like genre of music, so now you're gonna start listening to it and like pretend like you know it. It's like, dude, like,
yeah,
what?
It's not.
What's the point? Because it might be nice in the moment. He might like you back for whatever reason, and then all of a sudden, like, he finds out, or you just blow up because you're like, I don't like this music. You can't, like, imagine getting married to that person and then finding out, like, oh yeah, everything that they about them is false and a lie. Like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah,
you're gonna explode. You can't keep putting on this mask, because one day this mask will get exposed and then it's gonna hurt way more.
Wow, I just got like this picture of a person being like just what's it called, pulled in like 30 different directions.
Yeah.
And it's like you're being pulled to be this person and be that person and be this person and be that person. Where is your sustenance? Where is like the middle ground? Like, who are you really? Like the first, and at the beginning of the episode, I said a whitewashed tomb. Oh no, I didn't say that. There's a like Jesus called the Pharisees in the Bible whitewashed tombs, right? Because outside they were white, they were pure, they had the appearance of godliness, but they denied its power. Yeah. So he's saying like whitewashed tombs, you guys have the appearance that you're like godly, but the inside you actually have like what a tomb has. Death. There's nothing in you. There's no sustenance in you. So that battling with integrity, not having integrity, you're being pulled. You have like nothing in, like, where's your ground?
Wow.
Like where's your feet placed at? Like you're placing your feet everywhere except the middle where it should be. Like, who are you really? Like you're saying that people that lack integrity, they're living like a farce, a false lie every single day. Like you might not even know who you are. Because you're playing so many roles. You're like in a you're like in a play right now. You're playing you're playing the main role, the secondary role. Like, who are you? Who are you really?
Yeah, it'll take you years to find out who you are. You were too busy trying to be somebody you're not.
It's crazy. Like you don't even have a middle ground as to what you believe in, because you're always adapting to your friends and your family on what they believe in. You're like, yeah, I believe that too. But what do you believe in? You're a human. You can have beliefs. You can have those like desires. You can have those your opinion. Like, you have opinions. You're your own person. Stop adapting to people, like sticking to people like glue on what they think. Yeah. Like, because then you're gonna be all ripped apart. No arms, no legs. You're gonna be left with nothing. Wow. You gotta be like intact, including all your like your arm, your hand, your foot, your leg. You gotta have all that together for you to be whole. Right. Another. You said unity. You also got to be whole. There's another definition of integrity with when I said, and also it says being whole. Okay. If you're like being ripped apart to different people, to different friend groups, different life aspects. Like your work life, you got this Lewis, right? I got my school life, this Lewis. I got
that's what I was gonna say, which is crazy that you bring that up, is because you might split your life into these different sections, but at the end of the day, it's a whole circle. This is your life. You can't split it up. What you do in this supposed life that you split up affects the other one. If your integrity and your morals are different at work, what you do at work could affect your family and your house.
Wow.
That's why, like, sometimes with cheating on your spouse while you're at work, type things happen. Because your integrity and your work life is different and separate than your house life.
Wow. You don't bring yourself to the work.
Exactly.
You don't bring your house, your home self to the work. You don't bring your home self to the...
So in the moment, you think that your work life is separate, and what you do there stays there. You know, what happens in... What is it? What happens in what
happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Oh, yeah, what happens in Vegas... No, that's not how that works. Because what happens in Vegas leaves Vegas, too.
Woo!
So what you do at your work life will reflect all your other lives.
It's going to carry on. It's going to carry on.
If you were to live with integrity, that brings about... like, if you don't have to worry about other sections of your life finding out because they're going to get ruined, that's called peace.
Wow. What's that verse that said what's called the wicked man? I think like they run, yet nobody's chasing them.
Wow. Imagine
like you're living without integrity. You're living 4 different lives, and you're scared that one of your lives is going to get exposed. So you're running. You wake up fearful. You're scared, even though nothing's happening. Yeah. It's because you don't have peace, like you said.
And also, just a final point before we wrap up is, like, make sure your words also have integrity, not just your actions, but your words too, right?
Oh yeah, your words always have to match your actions.
We see, was it Paul with Jesus, right? When
Peter?
Jesus, huh?
Was it Peter?
Oh, Peter. My bad. Sorry.
It's fine, man. Just
in the Bible, Jesus says, he tells Peter, he's like, "Yo, my boy, I'm sorry, but you're gonna deny me 3 times," and he's like, "What you mean? I love you, bro. What you mean deny you?"
He was like, "I'd go to jail with you.
Yeah,
I'd
he's
die
like,
for you.
I'd die for you. I do this for you. I would never deny you." Then the moment comes, the situation comes when Jesus is getting crucified and people are freaking out and they come up trying to find his friends. Peter, hey you, aren't you friends with Jesus? He's like, what? Who's that guy? I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
3 different times.
Yeah. And like it got progressively worse too, I believe. Like the first one he was like, I don't know him.
Yeah.
And he's like, aren't you and like the third one he was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like he got progressively worse as the questions came.
So it's always like, I encourage you guys to watch out what you say, the promises that you keep, all this stuff, because it's like, if you were to say, yeah, I would do that, and then when the situation arises, you completely change, your integrity is not there. If you say, next time I see that person, I'm beating them up, and then when they come, you're like, hey, how are you, man? Like, whatever.
Oh my gosh, fake clicks at school. Hey, I love you. Yeah. See, I hate that guy.
Yeah,
so
like
much.
what
is that? That's
have integrity. Have integrity.
Like a great example of integrity, right, in the Bible was Jesus being tempted in the desert, right? He got led to the desert when he first came onto when he was first starting his ministry, right? The Holy Spirit led him to the desert where he fasted for 40 days, 40 nights. That's when Satan came down and started tempting him with things. He said, if you're the Son of God, make this stone into bread. Jump off this cliff, because it says in the Bible, like he will protect you from not letting your foot hit a stone, right? He also said, I'll give you all these kingdoms of the world as long as you bow down to me. All those temptations, right? Like he tempted Jesus to do evil. And yet Jesus, with his integrity, he responded to each temptation with the word. Right, he used the word, God's word, the Bible. He used it to protect himself. He used it to guide him. Right, I just said it. The word is a lamp to our feet, a light to my path. Jesus used that word as a lamp to his feet in that moment. He used it to respond, and that's an example for us. We use that example as every time I'm tempted, when I'm tempted to do evil, when like my flesh wants to do this, when I feel like this, my integrity would say, no, I must do what is right. No matter how I feel, I must do what is right. And I will respond to each temptation, each situation I go to with scripture. So that's a quick example, like understanding that when he was in the desert and when he wasn't, Jesus was the same. Yeah. He didn't change in the desert. He wasn't like, all right, I'll make it. I'm hungry. He stayed the same no matter where he was at. If he was being tempted for 40 days or if he was preaching and miracles were happening. Right, he was the same person. So the main thing about integrity is making sure you're the same person everywhere you go, and also making sure you have a strong foundation on your moral principles. Right, if maybe you say I don't really have one, go to the Bible, Go to the Bible and see what God says. And first off, don't think of it as a rule book. Think of it as a relationship with God. Have that relationship, and then He will teach you. He will show you what the right path is, because that's the path that will lead to life. Right? We always know that. It's like Jesus He didn't come to condemn the world. He came to save it. He came to give life and give it abundantly, fulfilling life. That's what I spoke about before. It's an abundant life that we follow, like what Jesus says, because He said, if you love me, obey my commandments. Right? He doesn't say, obey me because I want you to. He's like, obey me because I want you to, because I know that's the best decision for you. Right? So we have to humble ourselves there. Yeah, I might say, I do whatever I want, whatever. I'm fine, I'm good. No, you're not. Like, you need to have that standard of what is right so you can live the best way you can possibly live. So it's about being the same person, not changing yourself, having that strong substance, like that foundation, not having any sort of flimsy personality, not being different where you go, not being pulled certain ways, not being fulfilled, not being complete, but being your complete self and the same person, no matter who you like, no matter where you are, no matter what person you're like around.
And that brings about peace, that brings about growth, that brings restoration in relationships. Like you're gonna get healthier relationships because you're actually being yourself, and people are loving you for who you are, and not this
you're doing
false
the right
mask
thing
that you're putting on. Yeah, man, that's integrity.
That's it. Like, just that's what integrity is all about. And I gotta stop saying that because the Bible Project ends videos like that. So
actually,
we might get copyrighted. Sorry.
Oh my god.
Sorry about that. Come on, guys. We're spreading the word too.
Yo, get the Bible Project on here, yo.
That would be cool. That would be cool. Stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on Spotify, iTunes, or watching us on YouTube, make sure you guys check us out on Instagram, TikTok. We appreciate you. We love you, and peace out.
Peace.